Welcome back to the Manor, Entropians. Julian McBain here, and today we are going to be hunting Club Royal. Oh, it still says that freaking cold place. Oh my god. So, okay. This is Club Royal, the two sides of it. Up here is where you generally find the sweat circles, if I remember correctly. Maybe it's over here. Oh no, it's over here that you find the sweat circles. It's up in this corner here. But they also have these higher level berry clids, so I want to try hunting them before the switchover. And see if I can't manage to get some of the... one more iron mission for these guys. Oh crap, son of a bitch. Too close. Really? From that distance? Let's try here. I want to see if I can't get a couple of these iron missions finished up before they do the switchover, because for those of you who don't know, sometime within the next month or two, they haven't really released the exact time, but what's going to end up happening is MindArk put out an announcement. They are rolling out a new mission system, and the old mission system is frankly incompatible with it. Okay, fine, fair enough. But what that means is those of us who have made some progress on these older iron missions are going to lose all of our progress. That's why I was pushing so hard to make Iron Longtooth 4. Now, I know I don't have the time to do Iron Longtooth 5, but I did want to see about trying to do the berry clid. Is this berry clid 5? Berry clid 3. I did want to try to clean up a couple of the ones that I put a lot of time into. Like, for those of you who don't know, I spent months hunting out by the Corinth East hangars. That's right here. The level 3 berry clid, which gives you 1 kill point. I used Buchan's spare rifle, and I wore Turellian armor. And then it was not until later that I discovered I could actually move up to bigger weapons. I also used a lot of this sword here, the Laconian sword. I repaired it a lot. And I just did that for several months. And that's how I ground out my low-level skills. I just hunted berry clid for 1 kill point apiece. And so now I'm actually of a level to where I can take higher level berry clid. I've got the armor to do it with. These guys get really big. I love how they're called chickens. Ah, see? Berry clid Yun, 1 point. And yet he had like a silly amount of loot for his maturity. That makes absolutely no sense. But that's okay. But yeah, so for those of you who have not heard the news, which I'm sure that anyone who pays attention to the bulletin or to any of the other YouTubers have already heard about this. I think I may have even mentioned it in passing in my last video. MindArk is doing a switch around, so I'm trying to clean up some of the iron missions that I did before. As you can see, I've also been doing a lot of sweating. Oh. Not really worried about you, mate. You can't even hit me. So, for those of you who are on iron missions, here's my recommendation. Systematically go through your iron missions and complete what you can now. But when you hit a level, don't complete the next level. Don't bother with it. Go and find a different iron mission that you've partially completed and finish that one. Because that's going to give you the most bang for your buck. You're going to get the skills, and then when they reset everything, you're going to get the skills again. That is my recommendation, and that's what my plan is. Like, I'm going to be doing the berry clid 3. And then I've got the Aatrox 2, which I'm almost done. And the Kambibo, which I've got a little bit of a ways to go. And then the I can't even pronounce that, forget it. Which I've got a ways to go. I've never... Oh, I did find drones at one point that would count. I gotta remember where that is. The Pheefoids. The Pheefox, which I'm not even sure I didn't... No, I didn't even touch that, so I'm not gonna bother. The one that kind of irritates me is the Longtooth. Because you can only do it at certain times of year. I mean, yeah, you can technically kill certain Exarosaurs, the elites, and have it count, but I didn't even start that one. The Shinkabadikaba, I might be able to finish that one in time, and the Snarksnots would be nice to finish. And I mean, it doesn't seem like a lot for rewards, but every little bit helps. Every little bit helps. Because it's free skills. That's skills you did not have to burn ped... Well, you technically had to burn ped for it, but the skills you got burning the ped also stay there. And actually, we're doing pretty well hunting these. The tax rates don't seem to be affecting my results, or more accurately, I think that they're positively affecting my results. I think Lore Spade was right. I think that the general tax rate might be 10%. Oh, fruit. Not gonna pass that up. You know, I don't know how the landowners get their taxes. I don't know if it's just the way it calculates out of the loot pool. Now, I would be curious to find out. Not that MindArk will ever release that information. And, well, they shouldn't. Because that is what we would call a serious trade secret, kind of like the Ludius formula. But it doesn't mean I ain't going to be curious about it. We are doing really well. You know what I need to do? I need to do controlled cost hunts on an OLA. That's what I need. Maybe that'll be my next video. I'll continue doing the berry clad thing, but I'll do an actual controlled cost hunt. Which if I had thought of it ahead of time, I would have done for this time, but oops. It's been a long week, okay? But no, I'm actually quite thrilled with how well we're doing, to be honest. Midas tree board. I wonder what a Berryclid was doing walking around with a plank. I wonder if he kept it on his shoulder like those old 80s cartoons. Actually, they were probably like 50s cartoons and 40s cartoons. You get the big brute of a guy that keeps a 2x4 over his shoulder, and then when he wants to prove how tough he is, he snaps it in half. I mean, it was a cartoon trope from a million years ago. Bugs Bunny cartoons. How many of you watched Bugs Bunny cartoons when you were kids? Let's be honest. Probably the majority of the people who watch this channel. Whoops. Keep hitting the berry clad. And these guys actually kill off a lot of the kill points. That's quite impressive, actually, considering the amount of time I spent dragging through the first 2 levels. A berry-clad claw. Oh, I've had those before. Surprised I haven't gotten berry-clad skin. Berry-clad skin goes from some serious markup if you were willing to wait and collect it all. At least it did last I checked. Like, the Nova fragments or whatever. Stone extractors. Animal muscle oil has okay markup generally. It's actually pretty high for... Oh, wow. Oh, no, that's Decade. Never mind. But 103 is good markup for animal muscle oil. So that's going to help. Oh, wait. Why am I going over there when there's one actually in range? Because I'm a deity. But it's been a long time since I've actually hunted Berryclad. And the best part about hunting on OLAs is you know you're helping other players. And what does that do? That incentivizes more players to play, because there is a way for them to do unique things. And it encourages them to restock these areas. And I mean, the Club Royal OLAs are always going to have patrons because of the sweat circles. You know, players come here to sweat when they're newbies, and they see the mobs that they want to hunt, and they come back. So Club Royal really does have it right. You know, they're very smart. They're owned by, I mean, Big Industries does the same thing. I don't think that Club Royal is affiliated with Big Industries, but they do things the correct way. They incentivize players to come out. They offer a certain amount of free services. And in exchange, players are attracted to return to those locations when they want to do things that will cost them money. This is a very intelligent business move, and if you are thinking about becoming a landowner, it would be worth looking at and trying to copy. Especially if you own adjacent land areas. Let it never be said that Big Industries and Club Royal are bad at business. Because they are good at it. I came out here to Club Royal to see what the sweating would be like, because I had gotten, you know, Boreas, the sweat circles there operate fairly efficiently, but not always. I hate to say it, but there are often people, I'm pretty sure there are a lot of bots there. I hate to say it like that, but I'm willing to bet that there are a lot of tolerated bots. Players tolerate them, MindArk tolerates them, even though it's technically against terms of service, because even MindArk has its limits. There's a certain amount of boredom that comes with sweating mobs. Let's just face it. But it is what it is. I am not trying to rag on the sweat circles at Boreas. They serve a very necessary purpose. They are good for low-level players. They're actually good for any level players. They are a needed thing. But after I came here to Club Royal, I noticed there was a dynamic difference. And things tended to sweat faster. And they're bigger mobs. They're bigger circles, but there are bigger mobs. So you're able to get more sweat before you have to switch it out. Now, a level 25 mob is going to have far more sweat than a level 6. I love how I'm using my sword, but my laser sniper hit went up. Ouch. So no, kudos to Club Royal, kudos to Big Industries. They really did these two companies, they're probably the two biggest player-owned corporations in the game. I know that you've got Team Variag, but they don't make money. Well, the Monria group aside, because they're not a true planet partner, that's kind of a unique situation. I don't want to classify them as a player-owned corporation per se, in the Eve style, because they serve a unique niche. And although they're not a true planet partner, they're under a different contract. They're essentially a planet, or they serve in the same role as a planet partner. So I will not count them as a player-owned company, even though they could fit the bill depending on how you define a player-owned company. That being said, Big Industries is the largest, I think, by revenue. Oh, shit. Did not mean to do that. All these big ones are going to be kind of pissed I keep killing their kids off. That sounds terrible. McBain's got himself a prowler. Oh, wait. See the little Harry Potter reference in there? I'm actually quite surprised. You know, after spending all that frickin' time, watching my kill points go up this fast kind of hurts my soul. I mean, in a cathartic way, because I realized I could have done this so much faster, and I didn't have the levels back then to do this. You know, I ground out most of my good player levels actually on Cyrene, believe it or not. I did do a lot here. Like, I went through the entire iron curb chain, top to bottom. And admittedly, I'm a little sad I'm going to have to do the whole damn thing again. But that's okay. That means I get all of those extra skills. And curbs are not bad hunting. I'm finding out berry clutter aren't bad hunting. It doesn't really. Pretty sure these are the space raptors. The problem is when they do hit me, they hit pretty hard. Or one of them is. I'm willing to bet... Oh no, they're all stalkers. And here comes another third. Their respawn rate is kind of frustrating at times. There we go. We are doing pretty good, actually. No complaints with the loot. Absolutely no complaints with the loot. And I only had, like, I think it was 40 or 50 animal muscle oil to start. Not PED. Units. So overall, this is pretty good loot. With markup, that's gonna be a good haul with markup. Now, of course, you need 50 PED worth before you can really sell it. 100 PED is better, but that's okay. Because then I could sell 100 PED for 103. They'll take about 76 PEC off. I'll make like 2.5 PED off the deal. Which doesn't sound like a lot, and it's not, but it all adds up. Oh, more fruit. It's a lot of fruit. But, like, finding 2 fruit deposits in a single day, that is wildly unusual. This might be a good place for fruit walking. Not that I would actually just go fruit walking in a giant frickin' flock of berry picklets. What would they call these? I mean, it's not a flock. It's not really a herd. They're basically furry velociraptors if you look at them. Oh, that's where the berry clet skin comes from. That's why it's that funky color. It's not a murder. It's not a parliament. Not really a flock. They're kind of like a cross between chickens and xenomorphs. Thinking about it. Or... Actually, they kind of remind me of Gene Stealers from Warhammer 40k. I mean, there's definitely some discrepancies. First off, they're not purple. But 4 arms, claws, hyper-aggressive, kind of a beaked face. They do. They kind of remind me of more dinosaur-like Gene Stealers. Although I know that in all likelihood they were this. I know for a fact that these were probably inspired by velociraptors. Like the head shape, the way that they use their feet to attack. They're meant to be bird-like. They're meant to be velociraptors. But yeah, it's just me. Keep an eye out for more fruit. Apparently the fruit market has crashed since they updated so that you can see fruit when you're running. Or at least you're more likely to see fruit when you're running. Which, I'm kind of torn on that decision. I mean, obviously it's MindArk's decision to make, it's their game, blah, 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 but there's the whole, there was kind of a, the challenge made it so that players who wanted to do it had a reason to do it. But at the same time, having to plod across the planet looking for fruit, I mean, it made it worse than sweating. It did. And I mean, admittedly, you could still get, 7 ped per K. And sweating right now, I think, is still, it's between 0.9 and 1.3, I think. But still. No, I'm running out of my melee trauma amplifier. So, tell you what, when the amp dies, hunt is done. Probably help if I actually shot the mob. And of course I would be attacked by 2 others. Boy. 3 others, oh my god. They do, they act exactly like velociraptors and they're just as aggressive. So that's my final assessment. They're basically velociraptors in space. Which you all knew anyway. 40 ped worth. Overall, this has been a very successful hunt. Leave me alone, you bastards. Are you kidding me? Let's kind of retreat here. Maybe if we fall back a little bit. Okay. Thank God for this amp. I swear. I am so glad I didn't turn around and sell those and decided to use those instead. Because you can use them on top of your trauma amplifiers. And they just regen. It's like being a Death Knight again. It's so nice. I know. I am such a dork. And frankly, I don't even care. Okay, let's take the short route. Now, I do want to take a moment and just look around. Is this whole OLA just berry clad? And if so, how big do... Oh, I guess you can just kind of slide through those. Berry clad, berry clad. Lots and lots of berry clad. I'm not going to complain. The random young. But for the most part, they appear to be level 12s. Which is right in my wheelhouse for hunting. Level 10. I think I might be out here for a hot minute. Yeah, it looks like it's all berry clad. Let's go down to the south a little bit. We'll try to avoid the trees. Jeez, if I had known this, I would have been here months ago to finish this iron mission up. Wow. So yeah, I think Sunday's video is going to be a controlled cost hunt, and I'm going to be hunting these suckers, and we're going to see what it's like to hunt them on an OLA. Look at that. Okay, we're gonna head back. I know I haven't explored the whole thing, but I'm sure you don't want to just watch me fly around for an hour. That's an interesting rock formation. Oh, let's not head toward the lake. We want to head toward the teleporter, which is that away. I'll leave in. There it is. See, Royal Club. So, okay guys, I'm headed back. Next time, I've got my vlog on Saturday, of course. Sunday, I'll do a controlled cost hunt here. And then, what do you guys want to see? I've done some tutorials. I've gone through a few things. What is it you think I need to cover? Maybe I should do like a Mind Force tutorial at some point. Let me know. But, okay, guys, thank you so much. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Please like, share, and subscribe down below. We are on the road to 13 million subscribers, one subscriber at a time. So please, if you're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe. Don't forget to check out my website, mcbainmanor.com. And don't forget to check out my sponsor, Critical Links. Guys, thank you so much. I really appreciate all the support. You all have a wonderful day.